From News 3 Now, this is breaking news.
And we begin with breaking news tonight at 5. A driver who killed a longtime Fitchburg educator will not face criminal charges in the woman's death.
Our Catherine Merck is live in the neighborhood where this happened in Fitchburg. Catherine, what have you learned?
It's off of this street where the deadly crash happened that claimed the life of a beloved Fitchburg teacher. Today, police released their investigation summary of what happened. Here is what we know as of today. The crash happened on January 3rd of this year. The report said in the early hours of that date, when it was dark outside, a car driven by a 24-year-old man was tracked as going 58 miles an hour in a 35 miles an hour zone. A half a second before hitting Beth Steffen, the teacher involved in this crash. The driver was on his way home from work and was not using his phone or was impaired in any way. The findings were forwarded to the district attorney's office, who decided not to file criminal charges. The driver was instead given a municipal ticket for speeding, and signs warning drivers of their speed were added to this area after the crash. You can take a look behind me now and see one of those signs that were added. And as you can see, even now, cars speed down this road often. This was something that neighbors in the area told me was an issue, and something that they pointed that perhaps this crash could have been prevented with something like that implemented earlier. We have more on this story and the coverage that followed in the months after on our website right now at channel3000.com. Reporting live in Fitchburg, I'm Catherine Merck, News 3 Now.
Catherine, thank you. After some much-needed rain, the sun returns to southern Wisconsin tomorrow.
This was the scene earlier today, and those showers could continue in some places into tonight. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti is out on the weather patio. Gary?
Well, it's not raining here. In fact, I could even see some patches of blue sky overhead right now. So not everybody's seeing the rain, but there are some showers out there. Let's take a look at high-resolution Doppler radar. There are some heavier showers just to the south and west of Dane County, right around Hollandale, Blanchardville. Those showers are moving toward the west, and you can see some more showers up toward Richland Center, Lone Rock. But Madison right now it's not raining here. In fact, much of southern Wisconsin is precipitation free. And as we look at the 6-hour future track radar, notice how those showers gradually start to die down and dissipate as we head into the latter part of the evening. Current temperatures are mainly in the 60s thanks to the cloud cover. A few places around 70, including Platteville at 71, 70 degrees right now, in Boscobel and 70 in Janesville. But here in Dane County, it's 67 degrees in Deerfield, 67 in Mount Horeb, and 68 degrees in Cross Plains. Look for mostly cloudy skies this evening. Again, a few showers are a possibility. Temperatures dropping into the lower 60s. Later on, I'll take a look at our prospects for fog overnight and how much of a warm-up we can see as we head toward the weekend.
All right, Gary, thank you. Happening now, pro-choice and pro-life advocates are holding a protest at Madison's Planned Parenthood clinic.
News 3's Armand Rahman is live at the scene. Armand, what can you tell us?
Yeah, Eric and Susan, I'm here now at the Planned Parenthood office and the east side of Madison. And as we've been here in the last hour, the pro-choice side, counter-protesters have been gathering here in mass here at the corner. Meanwhile, there are a few pro-life protesters marching around the office with what appear to be Bibles and crosses. And they're in a significantly smaller number tonight. Now, this comes after Wisconsin Right to Life, Wisconsin Family Action, and Pro-Life Wisconsin urged the DAs in Milwaukee and Dane County to begin and continue prosecuting abortions after Planned Parenthood announced they'd resume services. Of course, way back during when Roe was repealed, the Dane County DA said that they would not be focusing their resources on that. So I'll be here all night tracking both of these groups of protesters to see what happens. Tune in tonight at 6 and on News 3 Now at 10. For now, live in East Madison, Armand Rahman, News 3 Now.
Armand, thank you. New today, the Milwaukee Bucks have added an NBA superstar in a trade with the Portland Trail Blazers for perennial all-star Damian Lillard.
Sports director Zach Hanley joins us now with the details. Zach?
Yeah, this morning the Bucks entered with the 4th highest odds to win an NBA championship. Then the trade news broke, and now with the addition of Damian Lillard, they're the favorites to win it all. To get Lillard, the Bucks traded Drew Holiday to the Blazers along with 3 future draft picks and Grayson Allen to the Suns. Lillard is a 7-time NBA All-Star who averaged 32 points and 7 assists per game last season. This won't be the first time Giannis and Lillard teamed up. Remember, Dame was Giannis's first pick in the NBA All-Star game.
Zach, thank you. Travis King, an American soldier and Wisconsin native who was in North Korean custody, is now heading back to the U.S. There's no word on why North Korea suddenly released King. In July, King dashed across the border between North and South Korea while on a tour of the demilitarized zone. The Racine native was convicted of assault and had just been released from military jail. He was supposed to be heading back to the U.S. to face more disciplinary charges. King is being taken to Fort Sam Houston in Texas and is likely to face more disciplinary action there. As a deadline approaches, House Speaker Kevin McCarthy says he needs more time to pass the 12 spending bills needed to fund the government. He's pushing for a short-term continuing resolution that would temporarily avoid a government shutdown. But some hardline Republicans say they will oppose any measure, even if it means a shutdown. The Senate is working on its own continuing resolution, which has broad bipartisan support to keep the government open for the next 6 weeks at current spending levels. The White House is warning that a shutdown would impact all Americans, and most federal workers would have to work without pay.
After nearly 5 months, Hollywood writers can once again pick up the pen. The strike declared over last night after board members for the Writers Guild of America reached a deal with the studios. The 3-year agreement includes better upfront pay and an agreement on residuals based on the popularity of streaming shows. Artificial intelligence cannot write or rewrite scripts or create source material language for novels or video games that writers adapt into scripts.
There's some sort of guidelines to protect some of these jobs. That's a big win for the Writers Guild.
And meanwhile, overnight, SAG-AFTRA, which represents striking actors, told its members there are no confirmed dates scheduled to meet with the studios.
Tonight, an increased police presence in Philadelphia after several stores there were heavily damaged in a mass looting. Laura Aguirre tells us so far more than a dozen people have been arrested.
We made arrests and we will continue to make arrests.
Philadelphia's interim police commissioner making it clear to looters who ransacked several stores overnight. If you stole something, you will get caught eventually.
We're going to press on until we're able to get those folks in custody.
Police say a crowd of about 100 people targeted a number of retail stores, smashing windows and grabbing items like clothing, sneakers, alcohol, and even pharmaceuticals.
It's disrespectful to the Irizarry family and what they're going through right now.
The family of Eddie Irizarry had hours earlier attended a peaceful protest demanding justice for the 27-year-old. He died after being shot in his car by then Philadelphia police officer Mark Dial in August. Dial was arrested and charged with several counts, including murder. Video evidence showed that officers' initial claims that Irizarry lunged at them were untrue. Defense attorneys argued that Irizarry was armed with a knife that looked like a gun, and Dial feared for his life. On Tuesday, a judge dismissed all charges against Dial, sending shockwaves through Irizarry's family and supporters.
This is not going to stay like this. We're going to fight. We're going to fight.
One official says the looting that followed was not related to Irizarry or the memorial gathering.
What we had tonight was a bunch of criminal opportunists take advantage of a situation and make an attempt to destroy our city.
I'm Laura Aguirre reporting.
Irizarry's family believes there may have been a language barrier between Irizarry and the police because he did not speak English well.
After a 3-year pause because of the pandemic, federal student loan borrowers will soon have to start making payments again. They'll resume beginning October 1st. That's this coming Sunday. The government is now offering a program that'll help students lower their monthly payments. Those payments will be based on the borrower's monthly income and the size of their family. For example, a single person making $40,000 a year will pay about $60 a month. The zero payments you see count toward total loan forgiveness, which kicks in between 10 to 25 years, depending on the type of loan and the amount. You can find more information at studentaid.gov. Since last spring, nearly 120,000 migrants have arrived in New York City, most of them traveling by bus from southern border states. Michael George tells us the city is now struggling to meet housing demands and care for the new arrivals.
Visiting New York in the midst of its migrant crisis, Texas Governor Greg Abbott stood by his decision to bus more than 15,000 asylum seekers into the city.
What you're dealing with in New York, what you are seeing and witnessing in the state, is a tiny fraction of what is happening every single day in the state of Texas.
Abbott's comments at a conservative event come as southern border crossings are at a near record high, with nearly 7,000 apprehensions daily. The mayor of Laredo, Texas, told CBS News the federal budget stalemate and threat of a government shutdown are adding to the crisis.
Border security is number one. And if we don't have any border security, that could give a wrong message to illegal organizations like cartels.
Republican governors busing migrants out of their overwhelmed border towns to cities like New York, Los Angeles, D.C., and Chicago has been criticized for turning people into political pawns.
Here in New York, with designated shelters like the Roosevelt Hotel at capacity, Mayor Eric Adams is looking at things like schools and parks for housing, but he's facing pushback.
A Staten Island neighborhood is fighting a shelter there, and Brooklyn leaders are pushing back against a plan for a migrant camp on federal parkland.
Rather than providing access to this national park space, the federal government is restricting the ability of the public to fully enjoy the 1,300 acres of parkland on the shores of Jamaica Bay.
State and local leaders say what they need most is more federal funding. Michael George, CBS News, New York.
And next at 5, Gary's back with our complete forecast.
Plus, how a new task force is working to fight human trafficking in Wisconsin.
Mixed numbers in midweek trading on Wall Street as the Dow falls more than 68 points. The Nasdaq adds 29. S&P closes up a point. We'll be right back.
Join Stoughton Health's Dr. Aaron Schwab on October 5th to learn about simple outpatient treatments that can alleviate varicose or spider veins. To register for the free educational talk, visit stoughtonhealth.com and click on Classes and Events.
Get 11% off at Menards and add style and function to your home, where the perfect fixture can spotlight your newfound skills in the kitchen, where the right pendant takes daily dinner from basic to brilliant, and where your decorating choices are all of a sudden illuminated. With Patriot Lighting, your lighting becomes a reflection of your personal style. Pick up this Brooklyn pendant light for only $59.98 after 11% rebate. Get 11% off Patriot Lighting, only at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
There's nothing better than a great night's sleep on a new Tempur-Pedic mattress from Steinhoffels. The Tempur-Pedic Breeze is made with a one-of-a-kind cooling technology that pulls heat away from your body, making the mattress feel up to 10 degrees cooler. Right now, Queen Tempur-Pedic Breeze mattresses are only $83 per month when you use Steinhoffels' 72-month financing. Plus, get $300 in Steinhoffels cash. Steinhoffels is your sleep solution destination. Shop in-store or online at steinhoffels.com.
The Chevy RS family of SUVs has it all. Whether you want the 10.2-inch diagonal color touchscreen on the Chevy Blazer or extra peace of mind with Chevy Safety Assist standard on the 2023 Chevy family of SUVs. So take your pick. The choice is yours. Get 2.1% financing on select popular Chevy SUVs when you finance with GM Financial. Plus, make no monthly payments for 90 days. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
No matter what kind of store you visit, no matter what kind of tobacco you ask for, it's illegal to sell tobacco products to anyone under 21. So remember to bring your ID. It will get checked. Because in Wisconsin, 21 means 21, no matter what.
Join Stoughton Health's Dr. Aaron Schwab on October 5th to learn about simple outpatient treatments that can alleviate varicose or spider veins. To register for the free educational talk, visit stoughtonhealth.com and click on Classes and Events.
Tragedy strikes twice for a local family in Lafayette County. We share the remarkable story of hope and community support in the face of unimaginable loss.
Then Dane County's CARES mental health program expands beyond Madison. How emergency responses are changing. That's tonight.
He was last seen fleeing from a traffic stop in Rock County. Months later, his body was discovered in an abandoned home miles away. What happened to Christopher Miller? News 3 Now probes for answers in an exclusive discussion with the Rock County Sheriff's Office.
Thursday at 10. You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
A new task force on human trafficking in Wisconsin met for the first time today.
The goal here is to help guide policymakers at the state capitol, as political reporter Will Keneally explains. Will?
Well, we'll see a handful of these task forces come up around the Capitol, and think of them kind of like study committees, where they will hear from experts and build a recommendation based on what they hear. And it's actually a rare bipartisan moment where lawmakers all come together to tackle an issue facing Wisconsin.
Trafficking is a significant problem in our community. It is preventable, it is rural, it is urban, it is suburban communities.
Which is why the state's Assembly Speaker created a task force last month to study the issue. The Task Force on Human Trafficking is one of 4, tackling issues ranging from childhood obesity to artificial intelligence.
Today, we're going to start our hearings hearing from agency representatives, and this is to give us a baseline of what the size of the problem is, the measure of the problem, and what different ways we can approach the issue.
The task force will hear expert testimony and provide a recommendation for legislation.
The lack of concrete statistics for our state is hurting all of us, and it's hurting survivors of the violence the most, those that are greatly impacted.
This is similar to a task force convened back in 2020 in the wake of the George Floyd murder to study racial disparities in Wisconsin.
In order to make meaningful change in the state of Wisconsin, it is important that the voices and the needs of all Wisconsinites are not only heard, but acted upon. It is time that we prioritize the concerns of our constituents, not only by word, but by deed.
Now, we could see some of those recommendations come from the task force within a matter of months to a year.
Will, thank you. USDA Undersecretary Jenny Lester Moffitt was in Mount Horeb today to highlight a $5 million award given to the Wisconsin Local Food Purchase Assistance Agreement. The agreement is part of a national program that helps small and medium-sized local farms improve and keep up their food systems and distribute nutritious food to underserved communities. The Undersecretary heard from smaller-sized Wisconsin farmers and farming nonprofit Marble Seed about the impact the money is having in our area.
I'm incredibly appreciative and grateful, and it's created a more vibrant community around our organization, which has also been amazing. The energy at field days and at the conference, just from younger producers, more diverse producers, that's really what this program was meant to do, and that's what it's doing in Wisconsin.
The money given today is in addition to the $3 million already in place as they hope to further extend the success of the agreement in Wisconsin.
Well, more rain possible tonight. Gary's back now. He has our complete forecast. Gary?
Well, the showers will gradually come to an end. 3 things you need to know. I think by after this evening, around midnight or so, most of the showers should be gone. We'll still see some areas of fog overnight and then again tomorrow night. With a lot of moisture that we've gotten over the last couple of days, as that moisture starts to evaporate as temperatures cool off, we start to see some areas of fog form. But we'll warm up. High temperatures now are expected to be in the lower 80s beginning Saturday and lasting through Tuesday of next week, and it'll be dry from Thursday through at least Tuesday. Rain vision over the last 12 hours shows most of the heavier showers into the Milwaukee area, maybe over 2 inches of rain from southern Milwaukee County around Mitchell Airport down into northern portions of Racine County, whereas farther out to the west, some heavier showers over parts of far southern Dane County and northern Greene County around New Glarus. But as we look at over the last 24 hours, you can see that there's that rain. And then last night, all the rain was in southwestern Wisconsin, especially around Darlington. That area got hit with quite a bit of rain. This is a rainfall estimate, again, over the last 24 hours. And you can see maybe around 6 inches just east of Darlington, but a lot of 3 to 5 inch rains. But you go over to Wyoda, about a 1/4 inch of rain, and that's not that far. So again, it's very localized. You don't have to go far to go from very light rain to very heavy rain that just kind of fell over the same spot. And over the last 3 days, again, some heavy rain totals over southwestern Dane County and into northern portions of Greene County, around New Glarus, Perry, south of Mount Horeb, maybe as much as 7 inches of rain over that time period. And then also out toward northern Grant County, right along the Wisconsin River from Prairie du Chien over toward Boscobel and up into southern portions of Richland County, southwest of Richland Center, maybe as much as 5 to 8 inches of rain. But over a 3-day period, it's a lot of rain, but we've been so dry that most of that was able to run off into the ground or into the rivers, and the rivers were low enough that it was able to absorb a lot of that without any widespread flooding. But across most of southern Wisconsin, about 2 to 4 inches of rain over the last 3 days, south and east and south and west of Madison, and west of Madison, north of Madison, mainly rainfall amounts in the 1 to 2 inch range. And you can see the showers right now, mainly south and west of Madison, those heavier showers just to the west of New Glarus, heading toward Blanchardville and Hollandale, and then also up toward Richland Center, a little heavier shower there. But across the rest of southern Wisconsin, we're not seeing much in the way of light, heavier rain, and you can see a 6-hour future track radar showing everything kind of winding down as we head into the evening hours. So planning your night, look for those showers to gradually start to dissipate. Temperatures will hold nearly steady in the lower 60s this evening, and that will lead to some areas of fog overnight. But notice by midnight, most of the showers are gone. Planning your night across Dane County, 61 for the low in Verona, 60 in Cross Plains with mostly cloudy skies and some areas of fog, 61 for the low in Janesville, 61 Monroe, and 56 in Camp Douglas. For tomorrow, morning clouds will give way to some sunshine in the afternoon. That'll get our high temperature up to 71 and our first warn 7 to 10 day forecast up to 76 Friday. And now looking at lower 80s with sunny skies from Saturday through Monday, partly sunny Tuesday, slight chance for a shower Wednesday, and some chances for showers later next week as temperatures drop back to around normal by the beginning of next weekend. As we take a look at first warn traffic, problems on the eastbound Beltline. An accident near Stoughton Road has traffic backed up pretty much almost all the way to Verona Road. So travel times on the eastbound Beltline will take you a half hour from University Avenue to the interstate. Going back in the westbound direction, only 14 minutes. Inbound from Sun Prairie to downtown is a 17-minute trip. Heading back outbound, it's a 21-minute trip there. 16 minutes from Middleton to Sauk City on US 12. And the Beltline in Janesville on I-3990 is 23 minutes today. That's your News 3 Now for Sworn Traffic.
All right, thank you, Gary. This year marks 250 years since the Boston Tea Party.
And today in London, a key part of that story was remembered. Tea from East India Company left for Boston. As the story goes, it was later dumped in Boston Harbor in protest by colonists who were being taxed without representation in Parliament. Now, commemorations like this one take place every year in Boston, but this year's will be even bigger.
Its meaning and its story still resonates today all around the world about underrepresented voices wanting the same fair shot at as everybody else.
The Boston Tea Party Ships and Museum are also asking people around the world to send them loose-leaf tea to be included in the event. Those who do will receive a certificate of participation.
Well, still to come tonight at 5, the never-ending battle with your kids over screen time. A pediatrician weighs in on how to limit screen time after school. That's coming up next at 5.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
When our clean, shiny truck pulls up in front of your house, yes! Everyone starts clapping because everyone is happy. And that's why they all start dancing. Woo!
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
How much money have you wasted trying to find the right shade of foundation to match your skin tone? You end up with so many unused bottles, yet you can't bear to throw them out. Now there's Color Beauty Self-Adjusting Foundation, which means you'll never search for the perfect shade again.
It's really difficult for me to find a good tone foundation. I usually purchase about 3 or 4 and sometimes mix them. Color Beauty is a game changer in finding the right foundation. You put it on your skin and it transforms into your own skin tone.
The Color Beauty foundation is so simple to put on. My skin looks great and it just looks awesome.
The key to the innovative Color Beauty formula is tiny color beads that release and blend to perfectly match your skin tone as you apply it. The foundation is white when it comes out of the bottle, but when I begin to apply it, it adjusts to blend perfectly with the color of my skin.
My biggest problem area is my cheeks right here. Color Beauty feels really light on my skin, and I can tell that it is pretty full coverage, so it looks like I don't have too much foundation on, but it is covering all my acne scars like I was saying before. I actually really love it. It's weightless and it's full coverage, and also it literally just matches my skin as soon as I put it on. It's no work. I've never experienced a foundation like this.
Color Beauty only comes in 2 colors, light and medium. If you have fair skin or you burn easily, go with the light. If you have darker skin, go with the medium. Plus, with an SPF of 50, they're getting the highest level of sun protection in a lightweight formula. And best of all is Color Beauty's exclusive special.
Order Color's Ultimate Beauty Package today and get 40% off. That means you'll get the color adjusting foundation, the skin smoothing primer, and the fan favorite lash enhancer for thicker, longer looking lashes at 40% off. Plus, get free shipping. Visit color40.com or call the number on your screen.
Meeting's in 20. I'm fine, I'll follow the GPS.
Turn left here.
Oh, can't be.
Proceed along the route.
Are you certain?
Turn right.
Are you for imprints certain?
Arrived.
Certainty matters, like the certainty of ordering items from the promotional product professionals at 4imprint.
Arrived.
To show your appreciation to clients, coworkers, and customers, make your destination 4imprint.com.
4imprint for certain.
When our clean, shiny truck pulls up in front of your house, yes! Everyone starts clapping because everyone is happy. And that's why they all start dancing. Woo!
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Welcome back. On average, children and teens spend a lot of time watching and using screens, sometimes more than 9 hours a day.
And too much screen time, of course, can lead to a lot of health problems. Mandy Gaither spoke with a pediatrician on how to limit screen time for kids after school.
It can be a battle. On one side, your child who wants to play their game or watch TV. On the other, you and a desire to keep them healthy.
Apps and games tend to suck you in. They're a time drain. They distract you from other things that you could or should be doing.
Dr. Gina Robinson with Cleveland Clinic says after school, many children want to turn to their devices or TV, but setting screen limits is critical.
When you're spending a lot of time watching screens, you're not using your own imagination, you're not reading, you're not drawing, you're not doing sports and getting physical activity.
Robinson says it can also affect sleep. She recommends no screen time for children under 2. Those over that age should be limited to 2 hours. Start by setting limits before your child gets in front of a screen. Robinson says to set a schedule where screen time is only allowed a certain time of day and follow a routine.
You're not trying to kind of turn on a dime and change things in the middle.
Finally, limit access to the screens. Don't allow them in bedrooms at night and make a rule that devices will be charged in a central area of the house.
They're going to be mad about it. They might have an attitude, but they're going to be mad at you a million times before they grow up. And remember that you're always doing things that are in their best interests.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
And experts say it's also important for parents to set a good example when it comes to their own screen habits.
And to explain to children why you're setting screen limits. We'll get a final check of your first warn forecast when we come back.
Join Stoughton Health's Dr. Aaron Schwab on October 5th to learn about simple outpatient treatments that can alleviate varicose or spider veins. To register for the free educational talk, visit stoughtonhealth.com and click on Classes and Events.
At Revamp, we transform your old beat-up concrete from this to this in one day.
We grind down the concrete to open up the pores for a perfect bond. Then we repair all cracks and apply our base coat and chip and seal it with our polyaspartic top coat that will never chip, peel, or discolor. On top of all that, our coatings are ridiculously easy to clean and covered by our exclusive lifetime warranty. And right now, we're running our 60-60-60 sale. So when you purchase your new concrete coating from any of our revamped brands, you get a $60 Visa gift card, plus either 60% off the installation or 60-month no-interest financing. And when you call during this program, you'll also get up to 10 carbon fiber concrete stitches free, which help reinforce cracks and stop them from spreading. A $350 value for free.
South Central Wisconsin homeowners, pick up the phone. Call 1-800-886-8411. That's 1-800-886-8411.
This Friday through Monday only, everyone gets up to 65% off list. It's Slumberland's Customer Appreciation Sale, and it's a huge deal. Get our best discounts of the whole year. September 29th through October 2nd, shop our wide range of furniture and mattresses, up to 65% off. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, the Customer Appreciation Sale, only at Slumberland Furniture. Our best discounts of the whole year, up to 65% off. Do not miss this one.
I'm Darrell Hall of Hall Farms, and this is my John Deere. We farm 1,700 acres of crop ground, and then we also have purebred breeding sheep. We've dealt with Sloan since 1980, and what I think is really makes them stand out is the person-to-person contact, and it seems like they're always on top of their business to the finest detail. And that just amazes me, and I think that's why Sloan's is so impressive to us farmers, and this is why I think of Sloan's first.
When it's time to remodel your home, lean on the experts at Brothers Maine for all things appliances. As Madison and Janesville's local appliance authority since 1938, our experienced staff will make your project easy from concept to completion. Better than big box, Brothers Maine has a larger selection, lower prices, and professional advice to bring your vision to life. On time and on budget. From sales to install, we do it all. Feel great about your purchases and feel like family at Brothers Maine.
Join Stoughton Health's Dr. Aaron Schwab on October 5th to learn about simple outpatient treatments that can alleviate varicose or spider veins. To register for the free educational talk, visit stoughtonhealth.com and click on Classes and Events.
We've got a lot of news coming up. For the first time, the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, Mark Milley, addresses Donald Trump's shocking comments, suggesting that the general should be executed for calls with China. A look at our 60 Minutes interview tonight on the CBS Evening News.
And after that, we'll take a closer look at a plan to expand an emergency response program outside of the Madison area. That story and more next hour on News 3 Now at 6. Let's go to Gary. One final look at the forecast.
Still some showers out there. The live view from the WISC-TV Skycam shows mostly cloudy skies. I saw a few patches of blue overhead. Take a look at the Platteville-Coonville radio Skycam. Some sunshine there, but there are some showers that are heading toward Platteville. You can see those across areas of Greene County, just south and west of New Glarus, heading into Lafayette County, northeast of Darlington.
We'll be back in 30 minutes. CBS Evening News is next.